what happened in Burma, all the human rights violations happened in Burma, what does it have to do with you? In order to tell that, let me explain to you. I prepared a little bit of PowerPoint with you, so hopefully you will understand. If you don't understand, we can talk more after our presentation. I have seen many people here already know about Burma. Some of you might know, some of you might not. I see my friend back there who went into Burma, helped internally displaced people. So we have a variety of people. So I'm just going to go ahead and explain a little background about Burma. So Burma is, located in Southeast Asia. The neighboring countries are Bangladesh, India, China, Vietnam, Laos, and Thailand. Burma has many different ethnic groups, mainly 7 main ethnic groups and approximately 200 different tribes living in Burma. And also it has very unique tradition and many different indigenous people, ethnic people, who have very amazing culture, costume, and they are happily dwelling in Burma. And also, Burma is very blessed with natural resources. Very rich teak forest, hardwood mahogany forest in Burma, and also jade, mine, ruby, gold, you name it, Burma is very, very rich. And also the endangered species, tiger, rhinoceros, elephant, tapirs, and many endangered species are still dwelling in Burma. But those those animals and human beings and the forest are being destroyed in an alarming rate.
So you just got an image of the Burma that exists today and that also existed 15 years ago when a U.S. oil company decided to enter into a partnership, a contract, a legal partnership with the Burmese military junta, the same military junta that committed all of the abuses that you just saw on that screen. And the story that Hsaw just asked you to imagine, a story of living in your village and seeing white people coming with the military. You don't know who these white people are, but you see that they come with the military, and then that military commits human rights abuses to you and your family. All you know is, before the white people came, there was no military. When there was no military, there were no human rights abuses. So it must be because of the white people. This was the situation that started back in 1993 when Unoco, a California oil company, entered into a contract with the Burmese military to exploit the natural gas resources off the coast of Burma on the Andaman Sea. At that time, Unoco had no legal obligations to the people of Burma. They simply had a duty to their shareholders to make a profit. And this deal with the Burmese military junta was part of their global strategy to expand their operations and to make a profit. Were the villagers that Hsaw just asked you to imagine asked whether they wanted this pipeline? No. Were they invited to sit at the table where the deal was cut, where decisions and contracts and policies were made that would profoundly impact the lives of themselves, their families, their children? No. They had no voice in the process or the decision-making that would affect their future. So at this time, this was back in 1993 when this was all happening, I was a law student at the University of Virginia in Charlottesville, and I was doing a human rights internship. where most law students do their human rights internships, on the Thai-Burma border in the jungle. And, and I talked to a lot of people at that time who were fleeing from the pipeline region, and talking about the kinds of human rights abuses that we just heard about, but the abuses were being committed in connection with this pipeline. And as Hsaw showed you, entire villages being burned down to clear the pipeline route, people being forced off their land so that the pipeline route would be secure for foreign investors to come in. And I talked to one particular person from Burma, a young man, not him, who told me what was happening and told me about these human rights abuses, the rape, the torture, the killing, that the Burmese military, who had been sent in to provide security for this pipeline, were committing on behalf of this American oil company. And he told me that he and others had written a letter to the president of Unoco and the CEO. And they had written letters to the US government saying, please, control your corporations. This corporation is destroying our people. And they wrote letters to the World Bank, the president and other people in the World Bank saying, please don't fund this project. And they got no response. And so this guy said to me, okay, you know about the law. And I was like, wait a second, I'm just a law student. I don't know that much yet. I'm not a lawyer. And he said, well, you know a little bit. If we've done everything that we possibly can to let these companies know about the human rights abuses and ask them to stop, and we've tried every way that we know how, and they've ignored us, would it be illegal for us to blow this pipeline up? And I was like, well, I'm only a second-year law student, but I think that's probably illegal. And moreover, it's not really a good idea. But, I mean, just think about that for a minute. Imagine your family, your village is being destroyed, and you have two tools in your toolbox: a pen, write a letter, or blow things up. And I thought, okay, there's got to be another way.